Did everyone else cringe when you saw Deku's just like arms and legs just exploded in themselves, like just like flapping about like that? It's like his legs all twisted and busted. I've got to say, yeah, I gotta say, and all that, like one for all, that's a little not exactly helping you right now, Deku. I've got to say. Now, in this episode of My Hero Academia, we finally get to see the exam starting, and like everyone's like, okay, we already know the rules, we already know what to go into, and it's like I like how the guy just says, oh yeah, by the way, go. It isn't no 3, 2, 1. It's like, do you really think a hero's gonna like just like start on a timer or anything like that? No, it just starts when it happens. Like, you know, they're just gonna roll like that. And throughout the entirety of this, like, you know, Deku's like, oh shit, well, I need to use my powers, I need to work that. However, though, it's like, you know, like, even for what Onmyouji said, it's going to take you 2 to 3 hours before, like, you're starting to see any effect. And, well, even with that, the problem is that Deku is actually kind of a bit of a fucking coward in this part. Like, because, like, to be fair, you got huge, giant death robots going at you. So, yeah, I would feel kind of a bit shitting myself. I think, you know, if the giant robot that was after me with giant claws and, like, lasers, I feel like, yeah, I don't want to be in that situation. But then someone else took care of, like this French guy with the laser going, it's you, like that. It's like, yeah, like what an amazing character. He just has French lines and he shoots lasers from his crotch. Yeah, what an amazing person. Although we didn't get to see really much of Bakugo fighting. Like my favorite bit is like when you saw him just like destroying all the robots and he's there like fucking breathing heavy, like as he's like murdered. He's like, like that was a good fucking warm up. But we do get to see the nice girl that like actually like helped Deku like early this morning, and she kind of got some points on her, saying like she's got like what, like about 28 or so points, and she just literally just picks up a bunch of robots and drops them on their ass. And we get to see the other guy as well with the glasses as well, Ida. We get to see him taken down, like he got quite high, I think it was like 45, 48 points or something like that. But it's like, even with this, like especially with this episode, I don't know why, like I've never been a big fan of Ida in the manga too much. Like even this one, I was like, wow, he is really being an asshole in this one. Like I might be in the early material, but I was like, wow, he's kind of being a dick towards Deku and kind of makes himself look like a little bit of a coward at the end of it. But a lot of the majority of the episodes, they was just saying like, okay, look, this is all the things that you need for a hero. So as you can see, like, you know, people you had to be in the situation to stay calm in any situation, pure combat ability, you gotta have mobility, you gotta have information, and you're seeing like all these heroes, what they specialize in is like, well, you gotta like try and excel in all of these areas. So, like you have like Bakugo, Sonic excels like in the whole destructive capability area, or you got like Sonic Ida has like specializes in like mobility, or you gotta be like any other characters. And this is where they decided, alright, let's make this thing interesting for the last like 5 odd minutes of this like of the test and all that. Let's bring out the giant ultimate fuck you robot, which pretty much at this point must have been Saha Lamprithus from Metal Gear Solid 5. It might as well just been, he might as well pulled the whip out and been taken out mountains, because it's pretty much Saha Lamprithus' like little brother, pretty much. The thing that like you kind of get to see like a lot of like a recurring like kind of theme into this is like you get to see Deku like, you know, after like Ludoraka, she gets like trapped under like one of the robots, and it's like Deku's like, there, I ain't getting no points for this, but fuck it, I've got to do it, I've got to run in there. And he runs in, jumps with both of his feet with the power, and he just smashes the thing. And it was like the ability, the way to use it was it like you you clench your butt cheeks or something like that, and you say from the bottom of your heart, smash, like that, and it's just like, yeah, that's the way to deal with it. But it's like, it definitely still like, you know, he has a kind of the theme for doing that. It's like, yeah, even still like, he knows when the going gets tough, he's going to do that, and it's like, you know, that's kind of treading the same ground that he did in the first 2 episodes of the show, but that's kind of as well showing us his character. And it's like, basically once he just defeated this thing in literally one punch, he falls to the ground. It's like, oh, I'm a bit screwed here because I can't control the power, and I've literally broken my hand, which my hand is flapping about, and my legs are completely broken as well, as I had to jump up really high. It's like, that's what you do, you can't control the power yet. So it's like showing that, you know, maybe like later on in the series he will be able to like control it, he will be able to do like more punches, but at the moment he's like, this is the kind of situation he's in with his power. But Uraraka was there, she was there like, I'm gonna use my powers to gravity, just, you know, control it, I'm gonna let you lay to the ground, and like him just like I appreciate the one moment where he's like, I've still got to get points and all that. He's dragging on his one good arm, dragging out, and it's like, oh, time's up, everything's all gone. And it's like, well then, and everyone's like, yeah, you know, that was the whole point. Yeah, why did he do that though, and attack it? And it's like, only a few people like, oh no, it's like Ida was like, you idiots, like what did you see there? It's like, he didn't go in there just to beat the thing to act all big, he did that to save the girl. and then him saying like, I would have done that if it wasn't an exam, and it's like, oh, get the fuck out of here, like that. He's like, and then he's like, wait a minute, the exam, like that. He's still there. He's like, there's something more to this exam than we originally thought. And you get to see that Deku, he's pretty fucking depressed. After getting healed up by one of the heroes, he was just like, yeah, he got 0 points and he knew he wasn't going to get in there, or he failed. And it was like, yeah, that was the kind of situation he got to. But then getting a message, since he didn't hear from All Might in a while, get to see him on the monitor, and he's just like, him in a suit, like, with the big shitty grin. He's like, yeah, I'm now a teacher at the UA. And he pretty much explained that, let's have a look at some of the video footage that we got here and all that. And it actually had the girl saying like, please, you know, give him my points and all that. He saved my life, you know, I want to do that. I want to thank him, you know, the curly-haired plain dude that she just described. And it was like, you know what, that's not the whole point of the exam, you know. Also as well, one of the big, obviously, thing that we also put into this that we did mention was hero points. And that's the thing, it's like, you got to go in there and you got to be a hero. And that's the reason why, you know, All Might gave him the powers in the first place. It wasn't because, like, he had just, like, strong will or anything like that, or it's like he had potential. It's because of, like, how he feels and that, you know, I've got to do the right thing. You know, that's like, you know, qualities of the hero right there. This was about, I'd like to say, 1 chapter and a half, since I know they did half of like the 3rd chapter, so I believe this was about the 3rd or 4th chapter that they did in the show. So I'm like, I gotta say, I enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was a good part. I did notice there's like, you could feel it at some parts of the material. It's like, wow, it feels a little bit that they're stretching some parts out of it. I'm only noticing that isn't a bad thing, but I did notice that in a certain few scenes, although the animation did look really good when he did punch the robot. So I'm looking forward to when we actually get into more of the fight scenes and stuff like that, how they're actually going to do that, since like there hasn't been, obviously, like, since we're already like a third into the show already, we haven't actually had any fights like that. We've only had, like, you know, just a couple of clashes against the robot. So I'm looking forward to definitely, I believe, like, one moment that's definitely going to be happening, probably in episode 6, I would like to say. Maybe episode 6 or episode 7, but, you know, they're pacing it well, like, considering that we just did, like the 4th chapter, 4 episodes, so I'm guessing by now, this point and all that we're probably going to be doing 2 chapters of, like, an episode. I'm guessing that's, like, what we're doing so far, so we'll have to wait and see, honestly, what they're going to be doing. Like, it really depends. I think, like, the 3rd chapter always gets an extended few pages, like 20 pages or stuff like that, so we'll honestly have to wait and see what's going to be happening. My guess is that they're going to be 2 chapters an episode. That's my guess. But I did like this episode. I thought it was good. It had some good moments. But I will say, though, I did notice the stretching parts of, like, a little bit here of the material. So it's like, I don't mind, like, especially with Academia, it's only got a few amount of chapters, that's understandable, but it's like, even with like that, if you're going to do an anime adaptation, I feel like it's fine to do 2.5. Like, I feel like that's like 2.5 to 3, depending on what, like, is in the material of that chapter, but we'll have to see. Honestly, I give this one a 8, though, this week, so let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this My Hero Academia episode. It's all for me, thank you much for watching. As always, if you enjoy Academia as much as I do, then you hit that like and you hit that subscribe at the end of the video, but I'll see you guys next time.